Welcome to Emerge and Empower Podcast TV, a platform where resilience meets transformation. Here, we amplify voices that have faced trials, trauma, and adversity, stories that inspire hope, healing, and empowerment. Every episode brings raw, unfiltered conversations with individuals who have risen from hardship, embracing faith, strength, and purpose. Join us as we break the silence, uplift one another, and emerge stronger together. New episodes air Wednesdays at 6 p.m. English and Saturdays at 6 p.m. with select Saturdays in Creole for our Haitian audience.
Family, welcome to Emerge and Empower Podcast TV. As we close out this year, I want to do something intentional. I want to take a few moments to explain what this podcast is really about and why it exists, where it stems from, and where we are going next. Because Emerge and Empower is not a show I do just to talk, it's a table built to make room for people who have had to survive things they never asked for and still find a way to heal, rebuild, and live again. This podcast stems from my life's work and my life's testimony, the calling God placed on me to help people emerge after trauma and be empowered to keep going. It comes from years of ministry, teaching, counseling focused conversation, and community work. And it comes from listening to people who have suffered in silence. I created this platform because too many people don't have language for what they've lived through. And when you don't have language, you can't express. You can't heal. You can't set boundaries. You can't even explain what hurts. So Emergent Empower Podcast TV exists to bring truth to the surface with wisdom and care so healing can begin. This is a trauma informed, faith rooted space where we can talk about real life grief, trauma, identity, mental health, family dynamics, reconciliation, leadership fatigue, and purpose after pain without performance and without shame. That is why that makes this podcast different. Let me be clear. This is not a platform built on sensational stories or viral moments. This is a platform about stewardship. We don't exploit pain here. We honor process. We don't rush healing here. We respect pacing. We don't force reconciliation here. We teach discernment. We don't confuse faith with pretending. We talk about faith that survives real life. That's what's made this space different. It is space, it is mature, it is intentional. Now let's review this year. This year, our conversations were necessary, somewhat heavy, somewhat tender, many deeply personal. We discussed trauma, childhood trauma, generational trauma, life trauma, and what recovery looks like. We discuss grief and loss, including the kind of loss that changes the whole shape of our life. We discuss mental health, emotional health, not from stigma, but from truth and practical insight. We discuss family dynamics, what it means to love family while still guarding your peace. We discuss reconciliation, and we spoke honestly that reconciliation is not always immediate and it is not always safe. We discuss identity, who you are after what happened to you, and how healing restores the real you. We discuss leadership, carrying responsibility while still being human. We discuss faith, faith that holds on even when you don't feel strong. And what made this year powerful is that these were not surface conversations, they were legacy conversations. What we've learned. Here are some truths of what we've learned together this year. Number one, healing is layered and not linear. Two, peace is not the same thing as access. Three, forgiveness does not cancel boundaries. Four, Love can be present even when distance is necessary. 5. Your story has power when it's told in safety. 6. Faith and emotional health are not enemies. They can sit at the same table. And number 7. Purpose does not begin when pain disappears. Purpose begins when you decide to keep going. So, let me introduce myself to you as a polymath. As we close this year, I want to reintroduce myself as I step into the next year with even more clarity. I am Dr. LinJ and I am a polymath. A polymath is a person who is multi gifted and multidisciplined. Integrated, not scattered. It means I can pastor and teach, write and build, lead and mentor, create and counsel through conversation because God has graced me to carry more than one lean with excellence. And what I've noticed is that many of our guests are polymaths too. Clinicians who are spiritual leaders, who are tender, survivors who are strategic, educators who are healers. This platform makes room for people who cannot be reintroduced to one label. Now let's get into our thank yous. To every guest who joined me this year, thank you. You trusted this platform with your voice, and you helped create moments that will live beyond the episode. And I want to say this clearly, you are welcome back, as many others have done before. Returning is not repeating, it is revealing growth. Your healing has layers, your message has depth, your life continues, and this table stays open for you. So if you've grown, if your story has expanded, if you've learned more since your last appearance, come back and share the next chapter. Who we want. Let's talk about who we want. And to you, our new guests who are considering joining us in this new year, let me explain who this platform is for. The ideal guest for Emergent and Power TV is someone who is ready to be honest, thoughtful conversation. You don't have to be perfect. You do have to be intentional. We welcome survivors who have language for their healing journey, mental health professionals who can educate with compassion, pastors and leaders who understand people need truth and care, authors, educators, advocates, and community builders. And yes, polymaths, multi gifted voices who can speak from lived experience and wisdom. If you value healing, maturity, faith, and respectful dialogue, this is the space for you. And as I close, I will call you to action. As we step into this new year, Emerge and Empower Podcast TV will continue to be the space where truth is honored and healing is respected. We are not chasing trends, we are cultivating legacy. We are not building noise, we are building impact. We are not collecting stories, we are stewarding voices. So here's my invitation. If you were a guest this year, come back. If you've been watching, join the community and subscribe, which is Emergent Empower TV with Dr. Lynn J. Or go to emergentempowertv.com. Inbox us through an email, which is emergentempower@gmail.com. There is room at this table. Thank you for walking with me through this year. Thank you for believing in the mission. Thank you for being a part of what God is building through Emergent Empower TV. I am Dr. Linjay, and this is Emergent Empower, and we are just getting started.